Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 2 of the chapter whole numbers. In this part 2, we'll be discussing the homework that what I have given in your previous session, that is part 1, and then we will learn about the concept of number line. Since you have already learnt natural number line, it will be easy for you to recollect the concept of number line and learn further number line concept for the whole numbers. Then at the end of this session, we will be comparing given two numbers using number line. So coming to the homework part. Students, I gave you as a part of homework in your previous session. Try this. The first try this is write the predecessor and successor of the following numbers. See, it is very easy to find predecessor. So predecessor of any number, if you want to find, you have to subtract 1 from the given number. So predecessor of 19 is 18, and similarly you can find successor of 19 will be found by adding 1 to the given number, which gives us 20 in the case of 19. So predecessor of 19 is 18 and successor of 19 is 20. So this is how we find in the case of given numbers. Can you find out for the rest of the numbers? What is the predecessor of 1997? It is 1996. So predecessor of 1997 is 1996. Successor of 1997 will be 1998. I am writing in short. Please don't do like that. You have to write how I have written in the case of 19. Write properly. So for the rest of the numbers, you find out. And I hope you have done correctly. You can cross check them. Is there any natural number that has no predecessor? Yes. Who is that number? 1 is the natural number. Having no predecessor. In the natural number set. So this is the answer. There is one natural number which has no predecessor in them. Next, is there any natural number which has no successor? Is there a last natural number? This is the question number 3. Very simple. The moment you say that some number as a, like in the case of 1 lakh, if you say 1 lakh as the last natural number, we can add 1 to it and find the successor of it. That means it gets the one more number than 1 lakh, which is larger than 1 lakh. So like this, we cannot say which is the last natural number, and certainly there is no such a natural number which has no successor. So answer to it is no. Every natural number has successor to it in the same natural number set. So this is the answer to third one. Is there a last natural number? No to that also. So this is the first homework. Next homework. Next homework was, are all natural numbers also whole numbers? What are the natural numbers? Counting numbers are called natural numbers. So 1, 2, 3, so on. Are they part of the whole numbers also? Yes. Along with them, there is one more fellow extra in whole number set. That means whole numbers contains all the natural numbers. All the natural numbers are part of the whole numbers. So we can say all natural numbers are whole numbers. So answer to this, yes. Next, are all whole numbers are natural numbers? 0 is a whole number but not a natural number. So whole numbers contains natural numbers, but natural numbers will not contain all the whole numbers. So the answer is no. Which is the greatest whole number? It is uncountable. Either you can say like this, or infinite. Infinite means also, finite means we can count them. Infinite means it is antonym of finite, which means which we cannot find out, which we cannot count. So this infinite is represented with this symbol, infinite symbol. It looks like a sleeping 8. So this is in short read as infinite. So the whole numbers, if you see, who is the last fellow? The last fellow is uncountable. The things which cannot be counted, like number of stars in the sky, like number of trees on the planet Earth, like number of water drops in the ocean, like number of pebbles on the earth, like this. There are all examples for uncountable, infinitely many. So this is how we could solve the homework of second one. Now coming to the concept of number line. Students, you know, a line is just nothing but collection of points with the property of straightness. The moment all the points lying in one on a plane with the property of straightness will give you a straight line. It will be a straight line. The property of straightness is very important here. So this is a straight line. Now on this straight line there are infinitely many number of points. Just now I said the meaning of uncountable or infinite. How many points are there on a line? You can say uncountable number of points, or infinitely many number of points are there on a line. Now, what is the specialty of this line? You learnt in your class 6th, sorry, you are in class 6th only, you learnt in your class 5th standard. The properties of a line are, it is endless in both the direction. That means it can be extended in both the directions. Like this we can extend, and even we can extend this side also. It has no thickness. It will not contain thickness. It will have only length, but that length is not fixed. It has uncertain length, we say. In geometrically, uncertain means not a fixed length. It has length, but it is endless. It has no thickness. Very important, it has no thickness. The moment you say it has no thickness, how can I show without thickness a line? This is the question that comes into your mind. That's why it is formed by points. Points are imaginary dots, having no thickness, having no breadth, having no length. So geometry, that's how interconnects to a beautiful concept, the concept of philosophy, where you have got in your body a spirit. In Kannada we call it as Atma. This spirit cannot be seen by the people, but its presence is felt in the body. You have a temperature because of the spirit presence, that once the spirit is out, your body gets cooled down, will not have movement. It is called dead body. For living body, there is inside a spirit. Spirit has no shape, has no physical properties like weight, height. So, like that, point is, it is an imaginary one. So, remember children, point is an imaginary one, like our spirit. The collection of such spirits will give a powerful Swamiji like Shirdi Sai, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. They are all collection of souls with the bliss, like they are the other form of gods. So they possess supernatural powers. Straight line is like that. It's a collection of points possessing length but no thickness. That means it is again an imaginary one. It is again an imaginary one only. So students, anyways, while we will be learning about geometry, we will beautifully learn with the help of philosophy. Coming back to the work, it is a straight line. It's a collection of points which can be extended in both the direction. It has length but not fixed length, and we can say it has uncertain length. Then it has no breadth or thickness. It can be extended in both the direction. Now, if I want to make this straight line as a number line, what should I do? It's a straight line as of now. When will it become number line? For that, I need scale. Now, what will I do with this scale? I'll bring a scale. I'll mark a point. After marking a point, I will name that number, name that point with certain number. I can name here, if I want to show this as a natural number line, then I can start with 1. If I want to show this as a whole number line, then I will start with a 0. Let us say I am showing natural number line. If I want to show natural number line, then I have to start with 1. Next, I will have a point. Remember, the distance from this point 1 to the point 2, we call this distance as unit distance. Now, this unit, what is the meaning of unit? Unit means 1. This unit distance will be fixed to show the distance from two continuous numbers. So, the distance between any two continuous numbers supposed to be only 1 unit. So, next point I must have with the same distance. Now, what is that number? It is right side of 2, 3. Remember, I am moving in the right direction. This right direction I will call as positive side. This is positive side. So, right side of 1 is 2, right side of 2 is 3. Next, with the same distance, I will mark another point and I will name that as a next to 3 I have 4. And continuously marked points will be named as the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Students, here the distance between any two continuous numbers is 1 unit distance. Now, if I take any other two different numbers, can I count the distance between them? Yes, certainly I can count. Suppose, what is the distance between 1 and 5? The distance between 1 and 5 is the difference between them. 5 minus 1 is 4. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of distance. What is the distance between 2 and 9? The difference between 2 and 9 gives 7. That means the distance between the distance between 2 and 9 is absolute difference we will find, which gives 7 units. So, we can find the distance between any two numbers on that number line. Here is a similarly, this is called natural number line. We will have a similarly whole number line. This is natural number line. Now we will go for whole number line. Students, if you want to have a whole number line, same process. Draw a line, mark a point on it with the help of scale. So draw a line, take a scale on it, mark a point on it first. Now label it as 0. Next, mark another point, label it to the right side of 0. Mark another point, children, always remember, to the right side of 0. And the distance between 0 and 1, that is distance between first point and second point, whatever you have, you fix it as unit distance. So the moment you fix that unit distance, which is called 1 unit distance, let me write properly. So here this is 0 and this is 1. This distance is 1 unit distance. Now, keeping this 1 unit distance as a fixed, keep marking the points one after the other and name them. We are marking these points to the right side of the continuous numbers and name them with the whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. The distance between these points labeled 0 to 1 is called unit distance, I said. Then on this line, mark a point to the right of 1 and at a unit distance from 1 and label it as 2. In this way, go on labeling points at unit distances, same distances, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Now, here we'll get these points and it becomes 9 and it becomes 10 and so on, and it is positive direction. Students, here I would like to explain you very important concept. Anyway, this is called whole number line and I want to explain you here very important concept called comparison. You know, on this whole number line, how to compare the numbers. Students, if you want, you can note down the process of drawing a whole number line. I am putting it, whatever I explained, as a points. You can note down them one by one as a points. Draw a line, take a scale on it and mark a point on it. Label it to 0, mark a second point to the right of 0, label it as 1. The distance between these points labeled as 0 and 1 called unit distance. On this line, mark points to the right of 1 and at a same unit distance from 1 and label it as 2. In this way, go on labeling points at unit distances as 3, 4, 5 and so on that line. You can go to any whole number on the right in this manner. This is a number line for the whole number system. Now, you can pass the screen. You can note down the procedure of drawing a whole number line. Remember that unit distance should be fixed one, and very important, the distance between any two continuous numbers must be the same unit distance. If you draw wrongly, having haphazardly, without proper straightness, without proper unit distances, then you will not be awarded marks while writing in exam. So even while doing any classwork also, use the ruler, pencil and fix properly the unit distances and mark the points. Practice that. Then comparison of number line, last concept. Students, here is a number line for me with the marked points and I have taken a scale on it. Now, on the number line, you will see 7 and 4. Where is 7 and 4? I have not marked now. Let me mark first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I have got 7 and 4. Where is 7 and 4? Here is the 7 and 4. 7 and 4 are here. Now, can you compare them? Yes, obviously we can compare them. Comparison means what? Remember children, comparison means, oh, here there is a spelling error. Yes shouldn't be, yes after I won't come, S-O-N, comparison. Okay, so in this comparison, try to understand, whenever we take two numbers and doing comparison, we should be in a position to tell who is bigger and who is smaller, or are they equal also sometimes. Comparison means finding who is bigger or smaller or equal are they. That's what we will do it. Now, we know that 7 is bigger than 4, or else I can say 4 is smaller than 7. Comparison means this is. Now, how can I compare here? 4 and 7 are seen number line. Who is on the right side? Very important. 7 is on the right side of 4. So if the moment you see who is on the right side, the fellow who is on the right side will be always greater. The number which is on the right side of the other number will be always greater. This number 7 is greater than 4. This is how we can write and show in symbol. Next, can you see 6 and 8? Can you compare them? Obviously 8 is greater than 6 because 8 is on the right side of 6. So this is the observation. You can pass the screen. Let me take away this few things. Now note down, pass the screen and note down this one. The number on the right side of the other number is greater than the other number. So out of any two whole numbers, the number on the right side of the other number is greater. This is very important concept to compare any given numbers on number line. So you can note down this important point. Now we can also say that whole number on the left side is smaller than the other number. Vice versa is that only. We can also say that whole number on the left side is smaller. Okay, 4 is smaller than 9 because 4 lies. 4 is smaller than 9 because 4 lies left side of 9. So this is the very simple concept of comparing numbers, comparing whole numbers using number line. Okay, I hope you have understood. You can note down this concept by passing the screen. Now I am giving you homework. One by one, note down those questions and solve them in your classwork only. Classwork only. What can you say about 10 and 20? Can you compare them? Who is smaller, who is greater? Obviously, you can write. Now, draw a number line. Mark on it 30, 12 and 18. After drawing a number line and marking them on that number line, which number is the farthest left? Leftmost among these three numbers. You have to identify. So you have to draw number line also. Third question. Can you say from 1005 and 9756 which number would be on the right relative to the other number? Without drawing number line you can say na, who is greater? You have learnt in the first chapter how to do that. Last question. Place the successor of 12 and predecessor of 7 on the number line. That means here you have to draw the number line. Remember, you have to draw the number line, then on that number line place the successor of 12 and predecessor of 7. Okay, so this is the homework for you. With this we will wind up this session. Jai Hind. Thank you.